Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. onlydraven here. Today is October the 27th, 2017, and in this week's video, we're going to talk about the week in review as normal. We're also going to talk about how my appointment with my nutritionist and my exercise coach went this morning. It was like a 7-month post-op visit this morning. Just kind of talk about the information I got from them and their kind of review of how well I've been doing. And then we're going to talk just a little bit about Halloween. It's just a couple of days away. I have a little Halloween get-together with some friends tomorrow, and just kind of talk about what I'm doing to prepare for that and give some ideas of how to handle, I guess, the holiday with all the candy and the snacking and such. So we'll talk about that. Before we jump into that again, thank you everyone who's been watching all my videos. I'm seeing a lot of participation, comments, and such. Thank you so much. Also, I'd like to thank everyone who's been going to my website. For those of you who like to see my progress photos, I posted up some new photos for this month today. So at the time this video comes out, if you want to go check it out, I'll post the address here at the bottom. www.onlydraven.com. Again, link to all my videos in chronological order, as well as monthly progress photos in me and all of my shirtless glory. So, other than that, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the video this week and get it taken care of. Okay, so in this week, another consecutive good, successful week. It seems I really don't have bad weeks overall. I have bad things happen in a week. I've had overall a bad week. But when it comes to the bariatric and the weight loss, that went very well. So let's kind of touch on how that's all going. This week, I successfully lost 3 more pounds. That puts me down a total of 188, right? Yes, 188 pounds. So 12 more pounds till I've lost 200. I have about 7 weeks until I hit the 1-year mark. Again, not since the surgery, but since I started this entire process. That's including the pre-op diet. So, like I said, only a little less than 2 months to go. But again, if I can maintain this 2 to 3 pounds minimum every week, I don't foresee myself having any issues hitting that goal. So losing 200 pounds in a year would fucking rock. It would be nice. So today, just kind of talk about meals and stuff in general. This week, I have made a couple little changes to what I'm eating. I have reintroduced turkey hot dogs into my meal, which I don't think I talked about last week. I'm just doing the turkey hot dogs, not doing any buns, of course. Very limited on the condiments and such. But just a couple, 2 turkey hot dogs warmed up. Pretty tasty, not bad in the fat. Real good when it comes to calories and a decent source of protein. So that's a tasty, warm thing. That's very easy to add in to your meal. So I thought I'd mention I've added in those. I also went out to eat at a nice restaurant for the first time in several months yesterday. Yesterday was my wife's and my 5-year anniversary of being together. Not marriage, but from when we first started dating, and it's also our engagement anniversary. I was smart enough to get engaged on the day we started dating, combining 2 anniversaries into one. Success. So with that, we went out to Red Lobster. Red Lobster still being probably one of the nicer restaurants that I can go to that gives me a large amount of options. And I had a steak with some grilled shrimp. I had a Caesar salad with that. And then for a side, I chose this tomato cheese caprese fucking thing. And it's really just cherry tomatoes, onions, some little balls of mozzarella, and some type of like juicy and seasonings. I think there may have been a little bit of what's the herb I'm thinking of? Cilantro in there. Yeah, so it's kind of a salty flavor to it, but it was very tasty. It's nice and cold, which I actually enjoyed, going along with the hot steak and the hot shrimp and such. But it was actually really good. Very low in fat, very low in carbs. Not much protein to add to it, but still, it was nice to have a different side option to add to my meal. Here's a picture because, I want to be one of those typical internet people who post pictures of all their food. That's the meal that I had yesterday. The salad's not there because I had already eaten it by that point. Don't judge me. It was a good salad. But I don't eat the croutons because bread is the devil. So it was a really nice meal. We got to go out. That meal, probably I got 3 meals out of it. I ate it yesterday. I had it for lunch today, and I've got enough to eat again for dinner tonight. So it was a 7-ounce steak. I think there was 6 pieces of full-size jumbo grilled shrimp on there. Because I get 2 sides, I got a double serving of the tomato, onion, cheese thing. So I had plenty of that, and it's really good. And because it's cold, doesn't need heated up, it's not losing any of its flavor staying in the refrigerator. It's just as good and fresh each time I eat it. So if you're looking for something nice to try, highly recommend that if you like tomatoes and cheese and onions and tastiness. That was really good. But other than that, the meal overall was pretty standard this week. Nothing extra outside the ordinary. Tomorrow I'm having a little bit of a Halloween get-together with some friends, so I've gathered snacks and things for that. I'm going to talk about that in the next segment, but definitely that was a bit of a challenge, coming up for things that other people would like, and at the same time trying to come up with things that I can eat, which is not easy on a candy-based holiday, which at this point, Easter, Valentine's, most holidays are candy-based. Christmas is enough candy, it's just food-based. But this morning, I went and had an appointment with my exercise coach and nutritionist. And so jumped on the scale there. I'd lost, I think it was close to 40 pounds since the last time I'd been there 3 months ago. And they were overwhelmingly happy with my success so far. In fact, using terms such as above average weight loss. I explained how strict I've been in following the rules, which a lot of people aren't. A lot of people give themselves a little bit more leeway there, but I've been doing the strictest interpretation of pretty much every guideline they've given me, and I've followed every guideline that they've given me. And they were ecstatic about that. I mean, it was a very, very positive meeting. I was told I was thinking about things right. I do good considering all the rules I've been holding myself to. They supported all of that. In fact, I was told that people who have the BPD-DS, which is the type of weight loss surgery that I have, the goal is to lose about 85% of your excess body weight, your body fat. And I was told today that at the rate I'm going and how well I'm sticking to it, I should breeze by that, very likely going to 90% or even more. I have lost, I don't remember the exact number she said, I've got it written down somewhere, but it was around, at this point, 64 or 65% of all of my excess body weight. My BMI's dropping pretty quick, so they were very ecstatic, and I got some good advice about continuing on. We talked of what the end game looks like. Like right now, I weigh, as of this morning, 243 pounds. My original goal that I set for myself was 200, was where I wanted to shoot for. And talking with them today, they advised me that, because I was asking them, like, when do I need to start looking at making changes to kind of level myself off? That I still know I'm a ways to go, but the end is not as far away as it used to be. And so I need to take that into account. And doing some math and working with them, we're really going to shoot for 190 pounds. 190 pounds is going to be kind of what my final end goal is. Still, 200 is the big thing. Getting under 200 for the first time since I was a child will be a hell of an achievement. But 190 is pretty much the end goal. And that's not going to make me super skinny. I'm still going to be technically a little heavier than I'm supposed to weigh for my height. But she made a good point in stating that people such as myself, especially the ones who've had the surgery as much as I have, the more extensive surgeries, the ones that are not reversible, once you reach that point and that level off, if you lose too much weight, you get really skinny and really thin, and then you have some type of an accident or injury or surgery, something that limits your ability to eat for several weeks. Maybe you get sick and you just can't eat, or maybe you're in a hospital and you're on liquids or something like that. During that time period, because you're not able to eat, it's going to be much harder for you to maintain health. You can actually get malnourished. Wow, can't say that word. Malnutrition. You're going to end up with that because you don't have any excess body fat to live off of, and your body doesn't store like it normally does. So they like you to have just a little bit above, just as kind of that buffer space, which I'm totally fine with. I'm already overwhelmingly smaller than I ever thought I'd be, and on par and on course to take that to the extreme. So I'm overwhelmingly giddy at the success that I'm having and all the positive encouragement I received from my support team at the hospital today was just kind of, it redoubles my excitement and energy into doing it. I work with a really great group of people. And when I go, I don't always see the same folks, but everybody has been awesome and supportive, and they're really happy with the way that I'm handling the situation, which is good. It builds confidence in myself that I'm doing the right things. So that was pretty awesome. So there was no real changes to my diet or anything based on that. Normally, there would be some changes in what my exercise regimen and such would be at this point, but my exercise coach stated that since I'm already doing the bodybuilding program that I'm on and such, that more than covers my needs at this point. Maybe throw in a little bit more cardio, but other than that, I'm pretty much fine maintaining what I'm doing. So overall, a really great experience going in this morning, a really good group of people, and just positive, great news. And it was nice to be able to sit down and talk about end game and where I'm going to end up at the end of this, and you know what this is going to look like once I hit that. I really didn't ask a lot of those questions when I started this process because it just seems so far away. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to have the surgery, and maybe years down the road it'll have worked enough that I'll be skinny. But I mean, I'm less than a year, and I'm dropping it like crazy. So definitely, it was nice to be able to talk about that and kind of see the finish line way off in the distance. It's way out there, but I can start to see it. So congratulations as well to a friend and follower, goes by the name Heineswine. Had his surgery this past week. Kicking ass, dude. Keep it up. It's great watching you and seeing your posts on Instagram and stuff. If you or anyone has any questions or needs advice or just needs someone to talk to about the process, maybe you're thinking about going through it, maybe you are going through it or have gone through it and just want to kind of rap with someone, definitely reach out to me here on any of my social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, or my website directly is a way to email me on there. Always happy to chat and talk or kind of go over information that or experiences I've already had if you're kind of looking for that. So feel free to reach out to me, and congrats to him and anyone else who's going to be going through that surgery here in the near future. So that's pretty much my week in review. Not too bad there. We're going to step into our next segment, which is really going to be talking about Halloween, which is just a couple days away, and kind of what we're doing there. So this week we're going to talk a little about Halloween, holidays in general, but Halloween specifically, because that's the one that I'm kind of going into right now. Halloween, like many holidays, can be a tough time for someone who's trying to lose weight, just whether you're dieting or just trying to exercise or you've experienced bariatric surgery. The limitations of what you can have and maintain your diet and maintain health is limited by the diet or the surgery that you've had. And that in itself is hard enough, especially when you're walking around stores full of candy and treats and baked goods. But just in general, you're going to find them even in your own home. Maybe you're going to have trick-or-treaters and you've got bowls of candy sitting there to give out to kids. That's a bowl of tempting candy right in front of your face every day. Bags of it in your home. Or maybe you go to Halloween parties at work or family or friends. There's going to be treats and delicious stuff there that you just can't eat. You want to. Lord knows you want to have it, but you really can't and maintain your diet. And a lot of people will sit and say, oh, it's one day a year, I can have a cheat day. I'm going to have my cheat day. And as I've discussed, cheat days are not good. Cheat day is just cheating yourself. You're not cheating on the diet. You're cheating on your success. Cheat day is just an excuse to keep doing what you're doing. And if you're making excuses, you're not succeeding. And I know it sounds really kind of cheesy, but it's true, you know. Now, a lot of things say, oh, you can have a cheat day. You can't. You can't have a cheat day. You know, it's not possible. I'll give you an example. I'm a food addict. If you are an obese person, you've been an obese person for a long time, and you've struggled with losing weight, and you're a food addict, just like an alcoholic, just like a drug addict. If you're an addicts don't get a cheat day. A heroin addict who's trying to give up heroin does not get a cheat day once a month. An alcoholic who's been off of alcohol for 10 years can't have a cheat day once a month. Okay? You will fall off the wagon, and it is a slippery slope. It is an avalanche. That first bite can send you over the edge. And it's not easy, knowing that there's some things you may never be able to have again. We like to think, oh, I'm going to have this, but down the road I can eat Reese Cups again, and down the road I can have pizza again. I'm not going to eat Reese Cups. I'll probably go the rest of my life without ever eating one. I am not going to have a single piece of candy this Halloween. That's just my personal, it's not a goal. It's a promise to myself. I made myself a promise to succeed and to do this diet correctly and to follow the rules. And I'm not going to have any candy. That means I have to make sacrifices. If you're not willing to make those sacrifices, this is not going to work for you. No diet will. You have to be able to stand firm, stand behind those convictions. So I'm not going to have any candy this year. I'm having a Halloween get-together tomorrow. I think right now we're looking at 10 to 12 people showing up. Largest group I've had. We have a game night. I purchased the Jackbox Party Pack 4. Got the first 3, and we play those. Usually we get together every few months, have a game night. Used to be a lot more drinking involved. There's still drinking. I don't get any of it. But the new pack has come out, so we're going to jump on that. People are going to dress up. Some people are. We're going to have costumes. I've got a costume already ready to go. It's hanging up. I'm excited about that because I didn't have to go super fat this year. So I'm going to have food. I bought chips, French onion dip. I got tortilla chips. I got nacho cheese. I got a huge bowl of candy. I've also put together a meat, cheese, pickle, cracker tray for everybody to have. So I'm going to have a spread of snacks and things for people to eat on, plus whatever anybody else brings. You know, it's bring your own drinks usually because I don't drink that much anymore. But food-wise, I like to have them supply. So all of those foods that I listed, most of it I can't touch. I can't have any chips. I can't have French onion dip. I can't have nacho cheese of all damn things. And definitely can't eat the candy. What I did buy for myself was some of the protein chips produced by the Bariatric Company. I've talked about them. They make delicious, low-carb, high-protein chips that are very flavorful. I got a pizza flavored. Little miniature bag. If I need something when everybody else is eating chips, I'm going to eat some of those. When it comes to the meat, cheese, cracker, pickle tray, I can eat most of that. I can't eat the crackers. But I've got some high-quality, lean-cut meats. I've got multiple cheeses. Pickles I can eat all day. And that will be a meal because I still don't snack. But, you know, that would be it. I can have a good bunch of that on my meal and throw in some of those protein chips if I want. I've got some pork rinds kicking around if I want a little something else crunchy. I have things that I can eat while everyone else is eating. Now, I don't really have anything sweet. I don't eat anything sweet really at this point. The sweetest thing I get are my chocolate protein shakes. But outside of that, the only other thing that I might occasionally get are like chocolate protein bars, which I may consider. I'm going to be out tomorrow. I may pick up a protein bar or two just to have in case I want something chocolatey while everybody's eating chocolate. But I've had a huge monster bowl of candy sitting opened full on my coffee table in my living room for a week now, ready for this get-together, and I've not touched a piece. To be honest with you, I haven't even been tempted. It's sitting there. I don't really have the urge to eat it. I'm past the majority of those urges. It'll be a little harder when I'm sitting here watching everybody else eat the candy, but it's not going to be impossible. You know, it's all about, you know, strength of will and making those decisions on what's more important to you. My nutritionist made a very awesome comment today, and it really hit me and struck me. You know, last week I spoke about a difficult night I'd had when a pet had passed away, and how hard it was to come home because I was driving by all these fast food restaurants and I had to make decisions. What she said is that, you know, a lot of people think you have to have this long-term strength of will, this long-term conviction and to stay by these things, but you really don't. You just need 5 seconds of it. 5 seconds of a conviction, 5 seconds of strength of will, you know, to pass that McDonald's. So once you're past it, you're probably not going to turn around and come back. You know, there's that candy, you say no. You make that decision. Once you've said no, you're through it. You've made your step through. It's way easier after the fact. You know, oh, hey, here's a Taco Bell. Do I want to swing in? Yes. Am I going to? No. 5 seconds later, you're past it. You're moving on. You know, it's getting by the place. It's getting through the initial decision that's the hard part. And that's really true for myself as well. And when she said that, it really rung home for me. I like that a lot. All you need is 5 seconds of conviction. If you can get through that 5 seconds, the rest of it's much, much easier. And that's not to say another 5 seconds worth of conviction may not be needed very soon, especially if you're driving by a long row of fast food restaurants. But each individual decision is just willpower. 5 seconds of willpower can get you through the decision, and once you're through the decision, it's easier to stick to your decision. So that was awesome, and I thought I would share that with everyone today because I really like that. I have a couple Halloween-themed recipes and such that I've tracked down. I'm going to be putting those up on the website. Again, let me put it down here. www.onlydraven.com. On my website, I'm going to be putting that up. So if you'd like to see maybe a couple bariatric-friendly Halloween type kind of meals, I don't have a lot. There's not a whole lot Halloween themed, unfortunately, since it's such a sweet holiday. But I have found several for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'm going to be adding a page where I'm going to switch out recipes, probably on a monthly, if not more often than that basis, on the website. So if you'd like to get some interesting recipes, and if you see any specific recipes that you see but you'd like to see how they turn out, shoot me a message on the website. Say, hey, do a cooking video in this one. Hell, I'll do it. I've already got several up there. So if there's a specific recipe, or maybe you found a bariatric recipe that looks good, maybe it's a little pricey to make, you're not sure if you want to go through all the effort, reach out to me on my website. Say, hey, I found this recipe. Here's a link to it. Or here it is in the thing. You should make a cooking video in this so I can see how good it is. Hell, I'll do it. You know, as long as it's something I can eat, it falls within my dietary restrictions, I'll give it a shot. I don't mind at all. I'm happy to be your guinea pig. So, you know, let me know. Other than that, I think I'm going to go ahead and tie it in for the week. Halloween is not easy. Do your very best. You know, if you do step out and you have some candy, you have some treats, it's not the end of the world. You know, it's what you do the day after. What you do the day after is everything. Having candy for one day sucks for your health, but if you use it to start down that slippery slope to eat candy every day, or make an excuse to have it every 3 days, or you start keep on going, that's when all this falls apart. You know, if you can limit it to that one day, power to you. I know I don't have that ability. I know that once off that wagon, it's almost impossible for me to get back on again. So I'm going to refrain. But don't beat yourself up. If you do step out, you may have stronger willpower than myself, and you may be something you can control and limit better than I can. So I wish everyone the best of luck. I hope you all have a happy and safe Halloween, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good week.